Avoid dialysis. 20 weird signs of kidney diseases most people will miss. Please watch carefully because this just might be the most life-changing video for your health this year. You could be living with kidney failure right now and feel completely normal. No pain, no strange urine, no dramatic symptoms. Just fatigue, poor sleep, maybe some itchy skin. You eat less than usual. That could be stress, right? You wake up twice a night to pee. Probably just normal aging, you tell yourself. And that constant fatigue? You chalk it up to poor sleep, a demanding job, or just the chaos of everyday life. But what if it's none of that? What if your kidneys are quietly shutting down and you have no idea? Remember that kidney failure doesn't scream. It whispers. Most people don't notice anything wrong until it's far too late, as the signs are subtle and easy to ignore. In this video, you'll learn everything you need to know to detect kidney diseases. Catching the signs just one day sooner could mean saving your kidneys one day sooner, and that could make all the difference. We'll walk you through the early signs, the strange skin symptoms, and the subtle red flags that most people ignore until it's too late. You'll also learn about the groups most at risk for kidney disease, so you'll know if you or someone close to you should be paying extra attention. And just as importantly, we'll break down the essential tests doctors use to detect kidney issues early, so you'll know exactly what to watch for before it's too late. And by late, we mean getting to the final stage, or stage 5, of chronic kidney disease, or CKD for short. At this point, your kidneys are severely damaged and can no longer do their vital work, like filtering waste from your blood or balancing fluids in your body. It's a tough diagnosis, but understanding it is the first step to managing it. Just so you know, everything in this video is carefully researched and put together by real people, double-checked by actual experts, and kept bias-free. Let's first explore the 4 main ways to tackle this condition. Options to treat end-stage kidney disease, or ESKD for short. 1. Medications. Medications are a cornerstone for managing kidney disease, especially when it reaches a serious stage like ESKD. They help ease symptoms and keep complications in check, making day-to-day life more comfortable. For instance, some medications keep your blood pressure steady, which is so important for protecting your kidneys. Others, called diuretics, help you urinate more to clear out extra fluid that can build up in your body. There are also erythropoiesis-stimulating agents to help your body make more red blood cells to deal with anemia. And for those with diabetes, anti-hyperglycemic drugs help keep levels steady. Your doctor will work with you to find the right combination to help you feel your best. 2. Kidney transplant. For many, a kidney transplant is the best hope for managing severe kidney disease. It's not an easy path. 100,000 Americans are on transplant waiting lists, with 87% of those awaiting kidneys. So, what does a transplant involve? It means replacing your damaged kidney with a healthy one from a donor, freeing you from the need for dialysis. This can lead to a longer life and a better quality of life, with kidney transplants linked to fewer heart-related problems compared to dialysis. However, it involves finding a matching donor, undergoing surgery, and taking lifelong medications to prevent your body from rejecting the new kidney. Now that we speak about donor match, it's important to bring up a disturbing reality in China where organs are harvested illegally and without consent to profit from the desperate need for transplants among many people. Chinese hospitals claim they can find a matching organ within weeks, days, or even hours, while in other countries, it takes years. This means these hospitals have a large number of living donors ready to be used at any moment. The majority of these organ donors are prisoners of conscience, particularly practitioners of Falun Gong, a spiritual practice with a mind-body approach. In 1999, with Falun Gong practitioners exceeding party members in number, the CCP found Falun Gong's emphasis on truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance, and the belief in the divine, a threat to its atheist regime, which maintained power through control and suppressing faith. A nationwide crackdown was launched, with state-controlled media defaming Falun Gong, undermining public support for the practice, and police forces arresting and detaining practitioners illegally. Reports reveal cruel forms of torture in prisons, even sexual abuse, all to force people to give up their faith. One of the most serious accusations, backed by multiple investigations, is that Falun Gong practitioners have been killed for their healthy organs, fueling a massive transplant industry worth around $1 billion per year. The persecution of Falun Gong sadly continues to this day and has even spread beyond China. Reports suggest that funds have been used to influence individuals, groups, and media in the US to discredit Falun Gong. Recently, a YouTuber with 4 million subscribers and 3 billion views revealed this manipulation campaign in an interview.
China started hiring YouTubers. They offered, I'm pretty sure I got offered this at some point. I got an email where they were like, we'll give you $200 to post this video to your YouTube channel. And then I looked at the video and it was a guy being like, these really weird people, Falun Gong, like, what's this about? And then it was like a mini doc that was like 5 to 10 minutes long from some white dude complaining about this group. And I'm like, I ain't posting that to my channel. What is this? But a lot of people were like, $200, I'll take it.
This appears to be part of a broader campaign to turn the American and global public against the practice and justify the inhumane persecution in China over the past 26 years. In spite of all oppression, Falun Gong is now practiced by over 100 million people in over 100 countries worldwide. Now, if you're thinking about getting an organ transplant abroad, do not go to China. This way, you can avoid unknowingly supporting any inhumane crimes. There is so much more to this brutal story, and you can find more details and evidence in our description box. 3. Dialysis. When kidney disease progresses to its final stage, even with healthy habits and medications, dialysis often becomes a necessary step. Dialysis is needed in the final stage of kidney disease when your kidneys can no longer clean waste from your blood effectively. It acts as a substitute for your kidneys, using artificial methods to filter waste from your blood. Dialysis is performed in several different ways. Hemodialysis, one type of dialysis, uses a machine to clean waste from your blood outside your body. This usually means visiting a clinic a few times a week. Another option is peritoneal dialysis, where a special fluid is placed in your belly through a tube, and your body's own membrane filters out the waste. Peritoneal dialysis gives you more comfort and freedom, letting you do it at home overnight without costly machines. Both options help keep you going, and your doctor can guide you to the one that fits your life best. 4. Lifestyle changes. Patients with ESKD can greatly benefit from diet and lifestyle changes. Eating a kidney-friendly diet is key to avoiding malnutrition, reducing waste buildup, slowing kidney disease, and preventing complications. Your doctor will tailor advice to your needs, so talk to them about how much protein, salt, potassium, fluids, and phosphate you should have for your kidney condition. Staying active regularly can boost the health of people with kidney disease. Regular exercise can improve your blood pressure, energy levels, heart health, muscle strength, and more. Another big step is quitting smoking. Stopping smoking can really help your health, as smokers face a higher chance of developing severe kidney disease than non-smokers. These changes aren't always easy, but they can make a real difference in how you feel. Overall, treatment for ESKD and CKD is costly. In 2020, Medicare spent $75 billion on people over 66 with kidney disease and $50.8 billion on those with severe kidney failure. Beyond the financial burden, this condition can take a toll on your body and spirit. People with kidney failure often don't notice any changes in their kidneys or urine. You may not notice any changes in how much, what color, or how your urine smells. Some folks might wake up more at night to use the bathroom, but that's not a clear sign of kidney trouble. That's why knowing the signs is so important. In this section, we'll walk you through 7 of the most common symptoms of severe kidney disease so you can feel more confident spotting them and taking action. 7 warning signs your kidneys are failing. When your kidneys aren't working as they should, your body often sends little clues that something's off. These signs can feel heavy, especially if you're unsure what they mean. Catching them early lets you team up with your doctor to find ways to feel better, one day at a time. Let's walk through common signs of severe kidney disease, shared in a way that's simple and clear, so you can better understand what's happening and how to take action. 1. Fatigue. Many folks with severe kidney disease often feel worn out all the time. When your kidneys struggle, they can't clear out the toxins and waste piling up in your blood, which leaves you feeling drained. Your kidneys also make less of a hormone called erythropoietin, which helps create red blood cells. Fewer red blood cells can cause anemia, leaving you feeling even more drained. If you're managing kidney disease alongside diabetes, high blood pressure, a past heart issue, low mood, or sleep troubles, you may feel especially tired. Everyday tasks, like walking upstairs or getting through your morning, might feel like a mountain to climb. But here's some hope. Those with kidney failure who keep moving often find their energy improves. Gentle activities like a short stroll or stretching can really lift your spirits. Some doctors offer medications called erythropoiesis-stimulating agents to treat anemia in serious kidney disease, but their effect on fatigue isn't certain. Talk to your doctor to find the best plan for you. And hey, if this feels helpful so far, let us know you're out there by tapping that like button. It tells us to keep making content just like this. 2. Muscle cramps. Sudden, painful muscle cramps are common for people with advanced kidney disease. These tight, unexpected spasms, often in your legs, can catch you by surprise. They happen when the balance of electrolytes in your blood, like calcium, potassium, or magnesium, gets thrown off. During dialysis, leg cramps can occur if your blood becomes too alkaline, a condition known as alkalosis. If your blood's alkalinity disrupts your electrolyte levels, it can spark muscle cramps. Low magnesium in your blood after dialysis, called hypomagnesemia, can also lead to muscle cramps. Low potassium levels can also cause those painful muscle cramps. The good news? There are ways to find relief. Putting magnesium in the dialysis fluid can help reduce muscle cramps for those with severe kidney disease. Your doctor might also adjust your medications to keep your electrolytes steady, helping to ease those cramps. Now, you might be thinking, I don't have cramps, so I'm probably okay. But kidney disease can be sneaky. The next signs are even quieter and often mistaken for something else. Let's keep going. 3. Loss of appetite and eating less. It's not unusual to lose interest in food when you have advanced kidney disease. A buildup of toxins and waste in your blood can make you lose interest in eating. This can start early on, but as kidney disease worsens, you might eat even less. Problems with your mouth or stomach, dialysis, or feeling low can also curb your appetite with kidney disease. Having both diabetes and kidney disease makes you more likely to have a reduced appetite. Diabetes can affect the nerves that control how your stomach empties, a condition called diabetic gastroparesis, making you feel full even if you haven't eaten much. Food might move through your stomach slowly, and eating could bring on nausea, vomiting, or belly discomfort. Not eating enough can make kidney disease tougher to handle, so following your kidney specialist's food advice is key. Your doctor may recommend medications like magistral acetate to help spark your appetite. If you're on these, your doctor will watch for side effects like fluid buildup, weight gain, or high blood sugar to keep you safe. 4. Itching. Persistent itching, known as pruritus, is a common struggle for many with severe kidney disease. Over 40% of people on dialysis face this frustrating feeling, and for some, it's bad enough to disrupt sleep. We're not entirely sure why itching happens, but it's likely from extra inflammatory substances, immune cells, imbalanced opioid receptors, and a buildup of toxins and electrolytes in your blood. Your doctor might tweak your dialysis or suggest treatments like gabapentin, pregabalin, light therapy, or medications for opioid receptors to ease itching. These can help you feel more at ease in your own skin. Itching might seem like a small issue, but the next symptoms affect your breathing, memory, and even your brain. If you've been feeling off lately, let's dive into these next signs. 5. Shortness of breath. Struggling to catch your breath can be scary. This feeling, called dyspnea, is a serious sign of advanced kidney disease with a few possible causes. When your kidneys aren't working well, imbalances in fluids, electrolytes, or proteins can cause extra water to build up in your lungs, known as pulmonary edema, making breathing feel harder. Scarring or high blood pressure in the lungs can also make it tough to breathe. Anemia, common in kidney disease, can make breathing tough because your body lacks enough oxygen. When you're not getting enough nutrition and inflammation is high, toxins pile up in your blood, leading to a condition called protein energy wasting syndrome. This can weaken the muscles you use to breathe, making every breath feel like hard work. The best step is to work with your doctor, who can offer respiratory support or treatments tailored to what's causing your breathing trouble. Curious about the science behind it all? We've linked the studies that support everything we've shared. You'll find them down in the description box. 6. Memory loss, confusion, dementia. Severe kidney disease can affect how your mind feels. You might struggle to focus, forget things, find it hard to learn new tasks or make decisions, or even feel confused. For some, these changes can feel like dementia. This happens because waste buildup in your blood can cloud your thinking and affect your brain. Low oxygen from damaged blood vessels in the brain can also play a part. Low energy from anemia, feeling down, or trouble sleeping can also impact how your brain functions. There's hope, though. Managing your blood pressure well can reduce the risk of mild memory or thinking issues. Those who receive a kidney transplant often notice better memory after the procedure. 7. Urine-like breath, abnormal taste. Sometimes, severe kidney disease can give your breath a urine-like smell, known as uremic fever. This happens when your kidneys can't filter waste, letting it build up in your blood. Too much ammonia in your blood can give your breath a unique urine-like smell. You might also notice a strange or metallic taste in your mouth, called dysgeusia. This can come from changes in your saliva's amount, flow, or acidity. An imbalance in fluids, electrolytes, or toxin buildup can cause a strange or metallic taste in your mouth. A simple fix is using a bicarbonate mouthwash, which can clear away the bad taste from waste buildup in your body. Many with severe kidney disease have poor oral hygiene, so checking in with your dentist is a smart move. A quick visit can make a big difference. If any of these signs sound familiar, don't wait. Because by the time symptoms show up, your kidneys could already be in serious trouble. Don't forget that the best way to fight CKD is to prevent it from happening in the first place. How? By recognizing the early signs. In its early stages, CKD often stays silent, showing no obvious symptoms. But with lab tests, catching kidney disease early is entirely possible. We'll cover those tests soon, but for now, let's focus on the early clues you might notice at home or with a quick glance. 5 early signs of kidney damage you must not ignore. 1. Foamy urine. You're about to flush the toilet when you notice something odd. The water is full of foam, like frothy beer or whipped egg whites, and it doesn't go away quickly. This could be your kidneys trying to tell you something. Foamy urine shows up as layers of small to medium bubbles that stick around. It's easy to brush off. Who spends time staring at their urine? But there's no need to feel shy about it. Your body's talking to you, and listening is a smart move. Normal urine might have a few large bubbles that vanish fast, caused by the flow or natural substances in your urine. But when it's foamy, with lots of small bubbles lingering like latte froth, that's a different story. In CKD, foamy urine often comes from proteinuria, where proteins like albumin leak into your urine because your kidney's tiny filters are damaged. Remember, proteins normally stay in your bloodstream and aren't supposed to be in your urine. If ignored for years, this protein leak could lead to dialysis. A quick home check can help. Urinate into a clear container and watch. If the foam stays after 3 minutes, tell your doctor. Still, only about 1 in 3 people with foamy urine has unusual protein levels in their urine, so don't panic. Just stay curious. 2. Nocturia, or nighttime urination. You're waking up 2 or 3 times a night to use the bathroom, and it's not because of that morning coffee. Something's going on with your kidneys. Nocturia, the medical term for frequent nighttime urination, often ties to producing too much urine, a condition called polyuria that can happen with CKD. When your kidneys struggle to balance salt and water, you might need to go more at night or even all day. What's normal? Younger folks usually sleep through the night without a bathroom trip. For those over 65, one trip might be typical. But waking up twice or more, especially if it's new, is worth noticing. This interrupted sleep isn't merely frustrating. It has a significant impact on your overall well-being. While you're working on the root cause, here's a helpful suggestion. Place nightlights along the hallway to your bathroom to avoid falls during those nighttime trips. Age-related shifts in circadian rhythms, your body's internal clock, can also play a role in nocturia. Other potential causes include diabetes, prostate enlargement in men, pregnancy, urinary tract infections, and specific medications. However, if it's accompanied by other kidney-related symptoms, it may require more attention. Studies indicate that as kidney function declines, nocturia becomes more common with an increased frequency of nighttime bathroom visits. A 2023 study showed that people who wake up at night to urinate had slightly lower kidney function, measured by eGFR, than those who don't. 3. Blood in the urine, or hematuria. You're in the bathroom when you freeze. Your urine looks pink, or maybe it's dark like tea. It's unsettling, but it's your body waving a red flag that needs attention. Hematuria means blood in your urine, and it can show up in early kidney disease. Sometimes it's visible, called gross hematuria, or only seen under a microscope, known as microscopic hematuria. Visible blood might look bright red, pink, or cola-colored, depending on how much blood is there and how long it's been in your system. Instead of worrying, let this push you to see your doctor quickly. Many causes are treatable if caught early. Microscopic blood, which doesn't change urine color, is usually found through testing. Urine dipstick tests or microscopic exams can confirm blood. Studies also found that blood in the urine became more common as kidney function, measured by eGFR, dropped. In moderate CKD, this can signal a higher risk of the disease worsening or even death within 2 years, making it a key warning sign. 4. Decreased urination. You notice you've only used the bathroom twice today, when you'd normally go 5 or 6 times. You're drinking plenty, so what's going on? Decreased urine output, or oliguria, can sometimes point to CKD, though it's more common when an acute kidney injury, or AKI for short, happens on top of CKD. Normally, adults produce 1 to 2 liters of urine daily, meaning about 5 to 6 bathroom trips, depending on how much you drink. A big drop from your usual pattern is what matters. This might happen if a blockage in your urinary tract, like from kidney stones, worsens CKD and leads to urine retention, where you barely urinate. Things like severe dehydration, shock, or low blood flow to the kidneys can also cause this. You might also notice swelling in your ankles, hands, or around your eyes as your body holds onto fluid. Pay attention. Do you feel like your bladder is full, but you can't go? Or is your urine volume much lower, despite drinking normally? 5. Flank pain. There's a nagging ache in your side that doesn't feel like a pulled muscle from gardening or exercise. It's deeper, sometimes with a touch of nausea, and it's coming from the area between your lower ribs and hip, near your spine. This could be your kidneys asking for help. People with kidney disease are much more likely to feel pain in their sides than others, either from the kidneys themselves or related issues. Unlike regular back pain that might ease with a stretch, kidney pain stays steady no matter how you move. To find it, place your hands on your hips and slide them up toward your back until you feel your lower ribs. The pain is usually just below, deeper than typical back pain. Chronic flank pain is a hallmark of polycystic kidney disease, where fluid-filled cysts grow in the kidneys, but it can also come from infections, inflammation, tumors, or blood vessel issues in the kidneys. Blockages in your urinary tract, like kidney stones, can also cause CKD and flank pain, which might spread to your groin or belly and range from mild to sharp. Flank pain doesn't always mean kidney disease, but when it's paired with other signs we've covered, it's a piece of the puzzle worth checking. Now that you're familiar with these early signs of kidney disease, let's look at what happens as it moves forward. Before it reaches severe stages, your skin might start to show changes, especially if your kidneys have been struggling for a while. Watch for these skin clues, and we'll share some practical tips to keep your skin healthy and comfortable. 8 weird skin signs of kidney damage you must not ignore. 1. Itchy skin or pruritus. It's 2 a.m. and you're wide awake, not from a noisy neighbor or a bad dream, but from an itch that feels like tiny ants crawling under your skin. No matter how you shift or distract yourself, it won't stop. This isn't a typical itch from a bug bite or dry air. It's uremic pruritus, a common skin problem for up to 40% of people with severe kidney disease, hinting that your kidneys need help. When your kidneys can't clear waste, urea builds up in your blood, and this buildup is what causes that intense, unbearable itch. It often hits your back, legs, or arms. You might manage during the day, but at night, sweat, dry skin, or warmth can make the itching feel like pure misery. Scratching may feel good at first, but it can lead to cuts, thickened skin, or itchy bumps called prurigo nodularis that pop up on your arms and legs, like a map of discomfort. Broken skin invites bacteria, raising the risk of serious infections. 2. Swelling. Your wedding ring no longer slides past your knuckle, your once comfortable leather shoes now pinch by mid-afternoon, and pressing your thumb into your lower leg leaves a visible dent that lingers like a fingerprint in wet sand. Normally, your kidneys act as your body's personal bouncers, ushering excess water and salt out of your system. But when kidney function starts to decline, these unwanted guests stick around longer than they should, accumulating in your tissues. The result? Swelling, also called edema, often shows up in your hands, feet, ankles, or face. The distribution tells a story of its own. Gravity plays a part, which is why swelling often starts in your lower extremities. When you stand or sit for long periods, your ankles become the main collection point. Lie down, and the fluid shifts upward, sometimes resulting in a surprising, puffy face when you look in the mirror in the morning. Here's a simple test you can try. Press your thumb into your lower leg and hold it for a few seconds. If an indentation remains, what doctors refer to as pitting edema, it may be time to check your kidney function. 3. Changes in skin color. Your reflection in the mirror feels like a stranger lately. The healthy glow in your cheeks has been replaced by something harder to identify. Perhaps it's a yellowish tint that no amount of foundation can hide, or a dull, grayish hue that makes friends ask if you're feeling okay. When your kidneys struggle to filter out waste, your blood becomes a reservoir for toxins that should have been flushed out. These accumulated toxins literally alter your skin's appearance from the inside. That yellow or grayish hue isn't just a cosmetic issue. It's a visible chemical change happening within your body, apparent to anyone who looks closely. But the color changes don't stop there. You might notice hyperpigmentation, dark brown patches starting to appear as melanin builds up in the wrong places. If you're looking paler than usual, it's likely anemia, something kidney disease often brings along. Then there's something that sounds like it belongs in a gothic novel. Uremic frost. After sweating heavily, some kidney patients develop a white, powdery residue on their skin. It's as if your body is trying to sweat out the crystallized toxins your kidneys can no longer filter. And be aware that excessive scratching can also change the color and texture of your skin. 4. Dry skin, or xerosis. Your moisturizer has become your daily essential, yet your skin still feels as dry and fragile as parchment. You apply lotion after every shower and keep tubes stashed in your car, purse, and desk, but the moment it touches your skin, it seems to vanish. Even the smallest movements make your skin feel tight, to the point that it might crack or bleed. Dry skin is a common issue for 50 to 80% of dialysis patients, making it one of the most frequent symptoms of kidney disease. When kidney function declines, it affects multiple bodily systems, creating a cascade of dysfunction. Some people struggle with dehydration, not from lack of thirst, but because excessive fluid intake can be dangerous for kidney patients. Others find that their sweat glands no longer function properly. Prolonged use of diuretics further depletes any remaining moisture. Additionally, elevated vitamin A levels, which can result from kidney problems, may leave skin feeling parched and lifeless. What begins as ordinary dry skin can quickly evolve into a more severe problem. The skin becomes fragile, prone to cracking with even the gentlest movements. Simple tasks, like reaching for a cup or turning a door handle, can cause splits in the skin. The real concern? These cracks provide a pathway for bacteria. What starts as discomfort can soon escalate into a serious infection. 5. Rashes. These aren't the usual rashes you might get from switching laundry detergents or brushing against poison ivy on a spring hike. For those with advanced kidney issues, a condition called acquired perforating dermatosis shows up. And yes, it's as complex as it sounds. Picture small, itchy, pigmented bumps with scaly centers that can feel like an unwelcome guest on your skin. You'll often notice these bumps first on your arms or legs, but they might also pop up on your torso, scalp, or even buttocks. What makes them so tough isn't just how they look, it's how persistent they are. Just when you think one bump is finally healing, another appears nearby, almost like they're taking turns. Dermatologists call this lesions in multiple stages of healing, and over time, these bumps can merge into larger, stubborn patches. Here's where it gets really challenging. The itch is relentless, and while scratching might feel good for a moment, it often makes things worse, leaving your skin even more irritated. Scratching can also cause the bumps to break open, which may lead to scarring and other complications down the road. It's a frustrating cycle, and you're not alone in dealing with it. 6. Blisters. Out of nowhere, fluid-filled sacs pop up on your skin, often picking the most noticeable spots like the backs of your hands, forearms, or sometimes even your feet or face. These aren't the blisters you get from tight shoes or accidentally grazing a hot pan. These are systemic blisters, a signal that something deeper in your body is out of balance. They come in all sizes, some so small you might barely notice them, others growing large and impossible to overlook, stretching your skin like tiny water balloons. They don't always come alone either. You might feel pain, redness, or swelling alongside them. Kidney damage is one possible culprit behind these blisters, but they can also stem from infections, certain medications, an unbalanced diet, or heavy alcohol use. What makes blisters tied to kidney issues especially tough is what they leave behind. Unlike a simple burn that heals cleanly, these blisters often linger in the form of scars or skin discoloration, a frustrating reminder long after they've healed. 7. Calcium deposits. This is where things take a serious turn, and it can feel really overwhelming. Calciphylaxis might sound like something from a sci-fi movie, but it's a very real and rare condition that affects up to 4% of people on dialysis, making it one of the most severe skin issues tied to kidney disease. It starts with painful pink or purple bumps or patches, often showing up on your abdomen, buttocks, or legs. Over time, these can turn into deep, intensely painful ulcers covered with black crusts. Certain factors can make this condition more likely, like high blood calcium levels, long-term dialysis, obesity, or medications that affect how your body handles calcium. The good news? If caught early, aggressive treatment can stop it from getting worse. But if it's not addressed in time, It can lead to devastating outcomes like limb amputation or even be life-threatening. On a less severe note, there's a related condition called calcinosis cutis. This one shows up as firm, white nodules near your joints caused by calcium buildup. Sometimes these deposits break through the skin, leaking a chalky white substance. While they're usually not painful, if they form in your fingers or toes, every little movement can serve as a frustrating reminder. You're not alone in navigating these challenges, and catching things early can make a big difference. 8. Hair and nail disorders. Your bathroom mirror might be showing signs you wish you could ignore. Your hairbrush seems to collect more hair every day, and your nails are telling their own story with white bands, odd ridges, or unusual color changes. These might feel like small, cosmetic issues, but they could be your body's way of waving a flag about your kidney health. Hair loss, or alopecia, can hit hard emotionally. It's tough to see those clumps and feel your confidence take a hit. The reasons go beyond the surface. Severe shortages of nutrients like iron or zinc, hormone shifts as your kidneys struggle to keep things balanced, or even medications, like some for blood pressure or immune suppression, that help your kidneys, but leave your hair dry, brittle, and prone to breaking during dialysis. Your nails, on the other hand, might give you an earlier heads up. Lindsay's nails, for example, show a striking half-and-half look, brown tips with white or pink bases. Me's lines are white bands stretching across your nails, often tied to serious illness episodes. You might also spot splinter hemorrhages, tiny red or brown streaks under your nails that look like splinters, but are actually caused by tiny blood clots, damaging delicate capillaries. Studies show nail changes in about 60% of kidney disease patients, and hair, nail, or mucosal issues affect 23 to 45% of those on dialysis. When to reach out for help. We've talked about 8 key skin signals, but the big question is, when should you see a doctor? Some signs, like calciphylaxis, are urgent and need immediate care. Others start as quiet hints, but can grow into something serious if ignored. If you're over 60 or managing conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, or obesity, even minor skin changes are worth checking out. Start with your primary care doctor, who can run blood tests or urinalysis to get a clearer picture. Open, honest conversations with your doctor are key. They can help you understand what's going on and how to keep things from getting worse. For persistent or severe skin issues that affect your daily life, a dermatologist can team up with your kidney specialist or nephrologist to give you the best care. What you can do. After a diagnosis, medication might be part of the plan, but it's not the whole story. The choices you make every day can make a huge difference for both your kidneys and your skin. Diet matters. A kidney-friendly diet means keeping an eye on sodium, protein, phosphate, and calcium. Teaming up with a renal nutritionist can help you create meal plans that are both tasty and supportive of your health. Cutting back on smoking and limiting alcohol can also go a long way. Hydration isn't one size fits all. If your kidneys aren't processing fluids well, especially during dialysis, the standard 8 glasses a day rule doesn't apply. Too much fluid can cause buildup, so try sipping small amounts, munching on frozen fruit, or rinsing with mouthwash to manage thirst. Work with your healthcare team to set fluid goals that fit your needs. Skincare is a must. Moisturizing daily isn't just for comfort, it's essential. Go for fragrance-free, hypoallergenic products and steer clear of harsh soaps that can irritate your skin. Emollients with ingredients like salicylic acid or urea can help soothe thicker, sensitive skin. Rethink your bathing routine. Hot water can strip away natural oils, making fragile skin worse. Keep showers short, use lukewarm water, and pat your skin dry gently instead of rubbing. Apply moisturizer right after to lock in hydration. Protect your skin from the sun. Use broad-spectrum sunscreen with at least SPF 30, even on cloudy days, and reapply regularly. Physical sunscreens with zinc oxide or titanium dioxide are often gentler for sensitive skin. Also, opt for loose, breathable clothing made of natural fibers like cotton to keep your skin comfortable. Stay on top of checkups. Regular visits with your healthcare team are crucial for tracking your kidney health and catching any new issues early. Use these appointments to share any changes or worries you have. You're not alone in this, and small, intentional steps can help you feel more in control of your health and your skin. That's it. This wraps up our list of 8 skin signs that could point to kidney trouble. You've now learned all 20 surprising signs of kidney disease, from early clues to severe stages. If any of these sound familiar, what can you do to protect your kidneys and slow the disease? First, are you at high risk for kidney disease? Knowing your risk is key. Let's explore the 10 groups most likely to face kidney trouble, ranked from highest to lowest. This isn't just about numbers. It's about safeguarding your health and those you love. If you're on this list, we'll share simple, practical steps to protect your kidneys at the end of this video. Who is most at risk for kidney disease? 10 most vulnerable groups. 1. People over 60. While young to middle-aged people, ages 20 to 60, are not usually considered high risk for CKD, the story changes greatly after age 60. A 2014 study published in the Journal of Clinical Practice revealed that about 11% of U.S. adults have CKD, and the rate is much higher in those over 60, around 39.4%. In a study in 2010, only about 2.7% of people aged 18 to 29 had kidney abnormalities, but nearly 58% of people in their 60s do. But why are older adults more vulnerable? It's largely because our kidneys naturally change with age. They lose mass, they have fewer functional filtering units, called nephrons, and their surface becomes rough. Also, blood vessels supplying them, or arteries, become hardened and narrower. With these changes, kidneys lose their function, filtering blood more slowly. As a result, blood becomes more acidic, which can contribute to dehydration and metabolic and fluid imbalances. All are not good for kidney health. Plus, oxidative stress, inflammation, and fibrosis are common in aging and play a key role in CKD development. In short, kidney health is particularly worsened by aging, and conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, and obesity can speed up this process. For our senior viewers, the key to keeping your kidneys young is staying well hydrated and eating more antioxidant-rich and natural foods, including veggies, low-sugar fruits, white meat, and fatty fish. While some medication may help, research shows that doing exercises to improve circulation and controlling sodium intake are the real stars when it comes to slowing kidney aging. 2. People with diabetes. Diabetes tops our list as the leading cause of kidney issues. It accounts for approximately 40% of newly diagnosed CKD. In other words, about 1 in 3 adults with diabetes develops kidney disease. The link is simple. Consistently high blood sugar from diabetes causes inflammation and damages blood vessels in your kidneys over time. So, the longer someone has diabetes, or the more poorly they control blood sugar levels, the higher their risk. About 8% of newly diagnosed patients with type 2 diabetes already show signs of kidney disease through protein in their urine, also known as proteinuria. Type 2 diabetes can be more aggressive than type 1 in damaging kidneys, particularly in young people. A 2012 Canadian study that followed 342 young people with diabetes found that those with type 2 diabetes were 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure compared to those with type 1 diabetes. For people with type 2 diabetes, the risk of kidney damage increases with age and other health conditions. If you have eye problems from diabetes, also known as diabetic retinopathy, it could mean your kidneys are at a particularly higher risk too. The good news? If you have diabetes, you can reduce your risk through a careful approach. Tight blood sugar control, regular exercise, at least 150 minutes weekly, and a balanced diet low in sodium and processed foods. The goal is to keep the A1C below 7% to protect your kidneys. The A1C test shows your average blood sugar level over the past 3 months, which is different from the daily blood sugar checks you might do at home. Regular screening, or at least annually, is your best defense. Some medications like ACE inhibitors or SGLT2 inhibitors have shown promising results in protecting the kidneys in those with diabetes. And note that even pre-diabetes can start affecting your kidneys, so early intervention is key. 3. Hypertension patients. When blood pressure remains high, also known as hypertension, it damages the small blood vessels inside your kidneys, impairing their ability to filter waste from your blood and causing proteinuria. Studies reveal that hypertension is responsible for 27% of all cases of end-stage renal disease, or ESRD for short, in the U.S. People with uncontrolled hypertension, particularly those who've had high blood pressure for many years, are at a higher risk. Note that it usually takes about 10 years of uncontrolled hypertension before significant kidney damage occurs. This is actually good news. It gives people with hypertension a window of opportunity to manage their condition. Try to keep your blood pressure below 130 over 80 millimeters of mercury. Regular monitoring, at least weekly, and annual kidney function tests are essential parts of your protection strategy. Remember, while hypertension is a serious risk factor, it's also one of the most manageable ones with lifestyle changes and medications. Start by limiting your salt intake and adopting a Mediterranean diet pattern. Eat more potassium-rich foods like dairy, beans, avocados, bananas, sweet potatoes, and leafy greens to counteract the effect of salt. However, your potassium intake should be monitored under medical supervision, especially if you already have CKD. Exercise more and try to manage your stress and weight. Your doctor might prescribe ACE inhibitors or ARBs, which help lower blood pressure and reduce protein in the urine. 4. People with family history. Researchers have found certain gene changes that can lead to chronic or cystic kidney disease. So, if a close relative has one of these conditions, your chances of developing similar kidney issues can be higher. A 2009 U.S. study of over 23,000 dialysis patients found that about 23% of participants had close relatives with ESRD. Those with multiple affected family members face heightened risk. The risk is also substantially elevated for those who have a family history of both kidney disease and associated conditions like diabetes or hypertension. If kidney disease runs in your family, regular screenings are crucial. Discuss with your doctor on when to start screening. Genetic counseling can also provide valuable insights into inheritance patterns and help develop personalized prevention strategies. Lifestyle changes can greatly affect genetic predisposition, potentially delaying or preventing disease onset, even in those with genetic risk factors. Try to maintain a healthy weight and optimal blood pressure and glucose levels, exercise regularly, and eat less sodium or processed foods. 5. People with heart disease. Heart disease and kidney disease are closely linked, with one condition often exacerbating the other. Heart disease, particularly chronic conditions like heart failure or coronary artery disease, can cause reduced blood pressure and poor kidney blood flow. A study of 6,759 Japanese participants found that those with higher heart rates experienced a faster decline in kidney function. For each increase in heart rate, the risk of developing CKD and proteinuria increased by 10% and 20% respectively. This risk is especially pronounced in middle-aged or older adults or those with severe heart failure, unstable cardiac conditions, or multiple cardiovascular complications. For kidney protection in those with heart disease, maintaining stable cardiac output and blood pressure is essential. Regular monitoring should include blood pressure measurements, heart rate tracking, and periodic kidney function tests such as eGFR and proteinuria tests. A vital consideration for people with heart disease is the careful balance of medications. Some heart disease medications, like spironolactone, can affect kidney function, so it's essential to have regular checkups and adjust dosages if needed. Make sure you stay connected with both your cardiologist and nephrologist to keep both your heart and kidneys in check. To keep these two organs healthy, the most important thing is to stay active. Choose exercises that match your cardiac capacity, with a focus on low to moderate intensity. Combining the DASH and Mediterranean diets can also be really helpful. These diets emphasize antioxidant-rich natural foods like whole grains, lean proteins, and plant-based foods that are gentle on your kidneys, while keeping an eye on potassium, sodium, and phosphorus. And don't forget omega-3 fatty acids from fish oils. In clinical studies, participants who took fish oil had a 59% lower risk of experiencing cardiovascular events, such as heart attacks or strokes, compared to those given a placebo. The blood pressure of those consuming fish oil also decreased, while that of the placebo group increased. The American Heart Association (AHA) guidelines suggest a daily intake of about 1 gram of EPA and DHA in advanced CKD. The safety of this dosage is great, with only minor gastrointestinal side effects like nausea or a fishy aftertaste. 6. Obese individuals. Compared to a healthy BMI of 25, your risk of declining kidney function jumps by 18% at a BMI of 30, soars to 69% at BMI 35, and more than doubles at BMI 40. This is the data from a meta-analysis of 39 studies involving more than 5 million of Americans. Even more concerning, in the US, research shows that for every 1 kilogram per square meter increase in BMI, equivalent to gaining 2 to 4 kilograms of body weight, the likelihood of developing hypertension rises by 6.8%, and the risk of diabetes increases by 8.6%. Where you carry your weight matters more than just the number on the scale. The belly fat, or visceral fat around your organs, is especially problematic compared to fat elsewhere on your body. Visceral fat increases physical pressure on your kidneys and releases harmful substances like cytokines and leptin, causing inflammation and further kidney damage. The good news is that weight loss can be transformative. A 2021 study of over 6,700 adults showed that participants in a weight loss program had a 40% lower risk of severe kidney problems and were 92% more likely to see improved kidney function compared to those who didn't participate. Focus on gradual, sustainable weight loss through regular low-impact physical activity and a balanced diet rich in fruits and vegetables. Remember, even modest weight loss can have significant benefits. It's not about achieving a perfect BMI, but about making consistent, healthy choices that protect your kidneys over time. Plus, visceral fat burning should be a focus. Try to keep your waist circumference under 31.5 inches, or 80 centimeters. 7. Heavy salt, sugar, and protein eaters. If you regularly enjoy salty snacks, sugary treats, and protein-heavy meals, your kidneys might be working overtime. High salt or sodium intake not only raises blood pressure, but also directly damages your kidneys by increasing pressure in their filtering units, triggering proteinuria and promoting scarring and inflammation. Speaking of protein, excessive intake can lead to harmful nitrogenous waste. Eating too much protein also forces your kidneys to increase their filtration rate, or hyperfiltration, potentially leading to long-term damage. High sugar intake compounds these risks by potentially leading to diabetes, hypertension, and obesity, the 3 major risk factors for kidney disease. Excess sugar also increases oxidative stress and inflammation. Those who regularly consume processed foods, which often combine high levels of salt, sugar, and protein, are particularly at risk due to the cumulative effect on their kidneys. So the simplest way to reduce and control your intake is cooking at home with whole and natural foods. Aim to keep your daily sodium intake under 2,300 milligrams, limit added sugars to less than 25 grams for women and 36 grams for men, and consume protein in moderation, about 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight. For CKD patients, the 2020 KDOQI guidelines recommend 0.55 to 0.60 grams per kilograms of body weight per day of protein. Remember, you don't have to completely eliminate these nutrients, especially protein. Just be mindful of their quantities in your diet. One interesting and simple approach to do so is adopting the Mediterranean diet, which emphasizes fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins with moderate animal product intake while being naturally low in sodium and sugar. This diet not only benefits kidney health, but also improves blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, and cardiovascular health. Even better, this eating style can be adapted for any stage of kidney disease, with restrictions only needed if specific lab values become abnormal. 8. Smokers or heavy alcohol users. Smoking damages the kidneys through increased oxidative stress and chronic inflammation, which impair their ability to filter waste. It also constricts blood vessels, reducing kidney blood flow and worsening the existing damage over time. A 2013 study in Nature found that for every additional 5 cigarettes smoked per day, serum creatinine levels, a marker of kidney dysfunction, increased by 31%. Heavy alcohol use contributes to CKD by elevating blood pressure, damaging the heart, and causing liver dysfunction, all of which strain kidney function. Your liver can only process small amounts of alcohol. The excess can weaken your immune system and cause dehydration, worsening kidney damage. However, studies on how alcohol affects your kidneys don't always agree. Some suggest that light to moderate drinking might be beneficial for kidneys. This may be due to the complexity of the way people drink, bioactive compounds in wine, or differences in how studies are done. Still, alcohol isn't recommended because it comes with too many risks. Even small amounts can raise your risk of death, and for many CKD patients dealing with other serious health issues like diabetes or heart disease, drinking could be even more dangerous. So, the best kidney protection strategy is cessation. Our kidneys have some capacity to heal after damage, particularly when the stressors, like smoking or heavy drinking, are removed. It starts with making positive changes. Consider joining a smoking cessation program or rehab club, or tracking your intake with a journal or smartphone app. Staying hydrated and avoiding binge drinking are critical steps for alcohol users. For women, stick to 1 drink a day, and for men, 2 is the limit. A drink means about 14 grams of pure alcohol, which equals 12 ounces, or 355 milliliters, of regular beer, 5 ounces, or 148 milliliters, of wine, or 1.5 ounces, or 44 milliliters, of spirits like vodka or gin. It's so easy to load up on antioxidants from fruits and vegetables, so don't take the risks of alcohol for a few beneficial compounds when nature's superfoods have you covered. 9. People of specific races and ethnicities. Certain racial and ethnic groups are at a significantly higher risk of developing CKD, and this disparity is rooted in a combination of genetic and socioeconomic factors. African Americans, in particular, are 4 to 5 times more likely to develop kidney disease compared to other American groups. Scientists have discovered that people of African descent can carry specific genetic variations in what's called the ApoL1 gene. Having these variations can increase the risk by up to 10 times for certain types of kidney failure. In fact, over 1/3 of U.S. kidney failure patients are African American. Hispanic Americans face about 1.5 times higher rate of ESRD than non-Hispanic Americans, although their overall prevalence of CKD is similar or slightly lower than non-Hispanic ones. Hispanics also have higher rates of obesity, diabetes, and CKD-related complications. Additionally, Asian Americans, Native Americans, particularly those from the Pima and Zuni tribes, and Pacific Islanders experience diabetes, the leading cause of CKD, more often than whites. So, if you are African American, Hispanic, Native Americans, Pacific Islanders, or Asian American, your risk for kidney disease can be higher. Regular checkups can help catch it early and prevent it from worsening. Try to maintain good blood sugar control. 10. People in polluted areas. Several studies have linked long-term exposure to PM 2.5, which are small airborne particles with a diameter of 2.5 micrometers or smaller, with an increased risk of CKD. In a 2024 meta-analysis of 22 studies with almost 8 million people, researchers found that for every 10 micrograms per cubic meter increase in PM 2.5, the risk of CKD went up by 31%. Even short-term exposure to air pollutants like PM 2.5, NO2, and SO2 can contribute to kidney disease deaths, according to a 2023 study with over 100,000 people in China. For every 10 micrograms per cubic meter increase in pollution, kidney disease deaths rose by 0.49% for PM 2.5, 1.26% for NO2, and 2.9% for SO2. Besides the risk from air pollution, exposure to heavy metals at high levels like lead and cadmium can harm the kidneys, especially in people with hypertension or diabetes. In a 2024 study with more than 55,000 participants, even low blood levels of cadmium and lead were strongly linked to increased cases of CKD. Those with the highest levels of cadmium exposure were 5.54 times more likely to develop CKD than those with the lowest cadmium exposure. Pollution hits certain groups harder: outdoor workers, children, elderly residents, and people with pre-existing respiratory conditions. The risk is also particularly heightened for those living near industrial zones or high traffic areas, where exposure to both air pollutants and heavy metals is more common. It's helpful to track the Air Quality Index, or AQI for short, in your area. The AirNow website, run by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA for short, lets you see your local AQI. Aim to limit your time outside when the AQI is higher than 50, and keep windows closed during peak pollution hours. Using an air purifier with a HEPA filter at home can also help keep your indoor air clean. Consider wearing N95 masks during high pollution days, especially during outdoor activities. Stay well hydrated, as this helps your kidneys flush out toxins more effectively. Bring more plants into your home. Plants like croton, dumb cane, lady palm, peace lily, rubber tree, English ivy, and spider plants are especially good at filtering out pollutants. You've learned about the high-risk groups for kidney disease. If you're in one, it's something to consider. More than 1 in 7 American adults have CKD, but 9 out of 10 don't realize it. So, how can you find out if you have CKD? The answer is simple. Common lab tests that you can do anytime. They're easy, convenient, and could make a life-changing difference. Tests to detect kidney disease. Early detection of kidney disease can be a game-changer for keeping it under control. Your doctor has a few straightforward tests to check how your kidneys are holding up and catch any issues before they escalate. One important test looks at creatinine, a waste product in your blood. They'll also check your GFR, which shows how effectively your kidneys are filtering your blood. If your creatinine is high and your GFR stays low, it's a signal to your doctor that kidney disease might be present. Another test measures urea nitrogen in your blood. High levels can indicate your kidneys aren't clearing waste properly. Your doctor may also test your urine for protein, a condition known as proteinuria. Normally, healthy kidneys let only a tiny bit of protein slip into your urine, so finding more than usual is a clue that something's off. An ultrasound is another great tool, using sound waves to create images of your kidneys. It can reveal structural problems or issues with blood flow, helping your doctor assess your risk for kidney disease. These tests are simple but powerful ways to get a clear picture of your kidney health, so you and your doctor can take the right steps to protect them. Conclusion. The key message from today's video is that recognizing and understanding the signs of CKD and ESKD can truly transform your quality of life. CKD often flies under the radar with no obvious symptoms, which means it's frequently caught late, raising the chances of complications and worsening health. Complications of CKD include a buildup of fluids and toxins, high blood pressure, electrolyte imbalances, anemia, heart problems, and weakened bones due to low calcium and vitamin D levels. These issues bring on symptoms like fatigue, muscle cramps, loss of appetite, a metallic taste in your mouth, nausea, vomiting, weight loss, swelling around your eyes, legs, or feet, shortness of breath, trouble focusing, confusion, and even changes in your skin. Your skin might give clues about kidney trouble through intense itching, rashes, blisters, or calcium buildup in blood vessels or skin. You might also notice dry skin, swelling, changes in skin color, or issues with your nails and hair. Early red flags for CKD include foamy or bloody urine, needing to urinate at night, urinating less often, or pain in your side. If you spot any of these signs, don't wait. Reach out to a doctor right away. Blood and urine tests can confirm what's going on and guide you toward the right care, often with a kidney specialist or nephrologist and a dermatologist working together to support you. Beyond knowing the symptoms, it's important to be aware of risk factors that make CKD more likely. The biggest risks come with diabetes and high blood pressure, especially if you're over 60, obese, have heart issues, a history of acute kidney injury, or a family history of kidney problems. Living in an area where CKD is common or being exposed to certain environmental factors can also increase your risk. While you can't change things like age or family history, you can take charge of many other factors. Choosing a healthy lifestyle and getting regular checkups are powerful ways to lower your risk of developing CKD or slowing its progression to kidney failure, which might require dialysis. Make it a habit to get screened yearly with tests for urine protein, GFR, and blood creatinine levels. Staying closely connected with your kidney specialist is vital. Follow their guidance on treatments, medications, dialysis if needed, and lifestyle tweaks. Simple changes like adjusting your diet or habits can have a huge impact on your health. By staying informed and proactive, you're taking meaningful steps to manage kidney disease and boost your overall well-being. We hope this information empowers you or your loved ones to tackle kidney disease head-on. Share these insights with friends and family, especially those at higher risk, to spread awareness and encourage early detection. Together, we can help prevent the serious effects of kidney disease. Be sure to check out our other videos for practical tips on lifestyle and dietary changes to support kidney health. You'll find advice on foods to avoid, ones to embrace, and how small adjustments can make a big difference. Don't miss out on these helpful resources. Stay informed, stay healthy.